Another milestone for the Ugandan DOLPHIN3 team when Yusuf Al-Hassan, the qualitative researcher from Liverpool School of Tropical Medicine, came to Kampala for protocol training and some pilot interviews for the qualitative study. This is really important work to make sure that all team members are fully familiar with the protocol, and we also had the regulatory officers in the meeting so that we could deal with any small queries and clarifications in real time, and that always enriches the quality of our work, as well as making sure that everybody who's going to be involved in any way is fully familiar with the work that we're doing. There were some great interactive breakout sessions where we dug a little bit deeper and discussed some scenarios that might occur and looked at how we might handle certain things and whether there were any further clarifications that might be needed before we proceeded to the pilot interviews. This again was a fantastic chance to be able to ask those questions. There is no such thing as a stupid question, but when you make it easy for people to ask, the discussion is often really rich and meaningful, and we all learned, even those of us that had written the protocol, we all learned something more about it. Following that, there were several days of pilot interviews, and then it was time to go out to the sites. This is important because we need to work out how exactly we identify participants for the focus groups. At what point in the clinic are we going to find them? How are we going to approach them? Where exactly are we going to do the group discussions? And how do we make sure that the whole thing is extremely conducive to the participant well-being and making sure the objectives of the study were addressed? At both the sites we visited today, it was great to be given a tour by the peer mothers. And the peer mother, if it's a role that you're not familiar with, is somebody that is absolutely critical to the care of young pregnant women living with HIV, because she draws from her own lived experiences. She knows what it's like. She remembers being there. After going through the different parts of the clinics, we also gave some thought as to where physically could we undertake a focus group discussion that is quiet, confidential, and is not in any way going to associate the participants with being part of an HIV-related study, which might lead to inadvertent disclosure. So as we walked around the clinic, we had several good suggestions about this. And now we're almost ready to start.